All right, TikTok time. So this first one here is from Kevin X Pasco. He did ask what you guys think, so I'm going to go ahead and listen to his video. So 2 minute 28 video, just give you guys a heads up. And here we go.
So people always talk about that having boundaries is really important to have in a relationship, but they don't really talk about what are healthy boundaries and what does that actually look like. So I'm going to give you 4 examples of really healthy boundaries to have in a relationship, and any healthy relationship I've ever seen has always had these 4, so they're pretty solid. The first one is having boundaries around alone time. You always want to encourage and actually completely allow alone time. It's very easy for couples to get too meshed and spend too much time together. So healthy relationships always have enough creative space for alone time. The second boundary is around community.
I agree with that. I agree with that first boundary is alone time. Barely have time where you guys can separate from each other and do your thing. Whether that's going to work and being at work and not working the same place as each other. Working, if you do work in the same place, have a different department where you guys work in, and then that way you have a conversation about how was your day and have different things to talk about. Or when you're outside of work and outside of your hobbies you have, where you guys can talk about to each other what your guys' hobbies are, and you got a chance for your partner to learn a little bit more about you, especially when you've been together for 5 years, 6 years. Those hobbies and those alone time is important, because when you come back to your partner, it's something new you guys have opportunity to bond over. So I do give them props on alone time. I agree with that.
Communicating during a disagreement, and it always includes no yelling, no name calling, nothing that's disrespectful. You're able to communicate and let your feelings out, but it's within a boundary. It's within kind of this area, and you can't go outside of it where you become disrespectful. Now, the third boundary is actually around.
I give them credit on that one too. I agree with that as well. When it comes to a disagreement or something, an issue within your relationship, not attacking your partner. Remember, you guys are a team. Why do you need to attack your partner? Why do you need to put your partner down to get your point across, when it shouldn't be trying to be better than your partner? It shouldn't be trying to put down your partner when it comes to disagreement. It's, hey, here's a situation we have. Here's an issue we have. Let's work on a solution together. I respect you. I love you. I love you. I respect you. I love you. Let's work together on resolving this issue. And how can we do that in the most communicative way without having to be disrespectful? Because once you open that door and start disrespecting your partner, your relationship right there going to need work to even build back up to be the relationship it is. You're changing the dynamic of your relationship. There's no need to attack your partner. They're a teammate just as you are. Let's work on a solution to resolve the issue. I agree with him on that. No need to be disrespectful when it comes to resolving issues and being communicative. All right. He said the third boundary is actually around social media.
Social media, just what's okay and not okay to post. Generally, even if you only talk about it one time, at least you've had the conversation. But there's a lot of couples that don't do this, and it can create weird feelings or fights or disagreements. So it's better to just have that talk up front. That way you understand where the actual line is. And the fourth boundary,
I also agree with him. We can't pretend social media doesn't exist. We can't pretend the relationships, okay, I want our relationship to be like our mom and dad or grandma and granddad. Your grandma and granddad didn't have Instagram. They wasn't out there putting their pictures up on them in their military suit and them in their outfits, at the 70s and 80s club and doing whatnots, and they're not posting pictures of them doing that. What they are doing, they didn't have that. Matter of fact, they had to sit by the phone and call each other and hope they pick up and see what they was doing. Or they drove around town until they bumped into each other somewhere and was like, hey, how are you doing? They didn't have pagers. They didn't have, in the 70s and 60s. Maybe they did. I don't know. I'm a 90s baby. But back to the point here, we can't deny that social media is a big part of relationships nowadays. You see your friends and family on social media. You see your significant other on social media. But you need to have boundaries what that looks like for you, and see if this person has the same boundaries regarding social media. For one person, it could be, I don't want to see you liking Instagram pictures of people of a certain gender, of a model, a certain career path. Okay, well, that doesn't work for me because I'm going to like whatever comes across my page. All right, cool. We're not going to work together social media wise. Or I don't like posting my partner on social media. Why is that? For me, I don't want people to know about my business. Okay, that's cool. Well, they're not going to post on social media. Or you find somebody like, well, I like to post my partner on social media. I like to be, have a partner on there all the time. Okay, you're a social media person. You might want to date somebody who has the same feelings around social media. And then if you're not a social media person, date somebody who doesn't have the same feelings around social media. Because if one person's gonna be private while the other person's like, oh, we're at the mall today, click. And now you're on social media looking like, me on the mall? Oh, and then somebody's friend's like, why are you at the mall today? Well, my girlfriend posted me on social media with me at the mall. Like, over that conversation. So maybe one person will be more private. That's cool. That person wants to be more, open that way. You gotta find that middle ground, or date somebody who has the same social media views as you. All right, last one. Let's see what he has to say.
Boundary is actually about social, not on social media, but like in social settings. So like out with friends or family, what's okay, what's acceptable, how do we want to be when it comes to friends and family? Do we need to check in with each other in terms of allowing people over to the house or going to parties, or there needs to be some level of communication between you two around social settings. And really, by the way, it all comes down to communication. You two are the ones who decide what's okay and what's not okay. And the only way you do that is by communicating. You have to be able to talk about it and figure out what works for you. And by the way, these should be really easy conversations to have. This shouldn't be like a crazy, anxious, you getting worked up type of thing. In the best, healthiest relationships, you're always able to have these conversations or even make changes to them in the future at a really easygoing pace. It shouldn't give you that like gut-wrenching feeling. And by the way, if you want more examples, let me know in the comments. I can always make more.
I agree with him. I agree with him on a lot of stuff. That was actually pretty good. No, he's spot on. You should have these conversations with your partner regarding things, and it shouldn't be anxiety-ridden kind of things. And you gotta understand, like, if we don't agree with this, like, let's say one of your partner's like, I'm actually not as a social person. I like to have people over at these certain times of day, and that's it. And you're like, no, I want to have people over till 1 a.m. in the morning. That's wild. Probably not gonna work for me. Like, have this conversation now and understand, especially when you get serious in your relationship, and understand, like, hey, what does your future look like? What does having you as a roommate look like? What does having friends over look like? You have friends gonna be over till 4 a.m. in the morning, or you're gonna have friends that are like, you know what, we're leaving at 8 p.m. Toodles. Like, so I do agree with him on that, and what family like. Also, going out and about, like, hey, it's okay you stay out, till 11 o'clock at night or midnight, but just let me know where you're at before I go to bed, so that way I can, rest assured if something pops off, I can come pick you up or help you out. So those kind of conversation. Hey, I made it home. Okay, cool beans. Have a good night's sleep. Kind of things like that. That way you communicate with your partner, and your partner knows where you're at, and just can. If something happens, be understand like, all right, cool. I can be there if I need to be. If not, so just check-ins like that. I agree with him. I think that was a good video. Shout out to Kevin. All right. Next video. This is from tonight's conversation. Let's see what they have to say.
But the reason a lot of men ghost women is because women don't just make it easy for you to break up with them either. You see what I'm saying?
To my ghosting.
Sure.
This about to be toxic because...
Gladly. So, again, it done been plenty of men. These women in the audience, these beautiful women in the audience done been dating. And he done sat her down and said, look, baby, you deserve better than me. You do. You know what I'm saying? You can do so much better than me. I'm not the man you need me to be right now. And I think that you should go out there and try to find somebody that's a bit more compatible for you. And that woman will look that man dead in the eyes and say, you can't tell me what I deserve. Right? So a lot of men feel like we got to give a damn PowerPoint presentation to get out of the relationship. And to avoid that, they'll just ghost your ass. Again, I'm not validating the behavior. I'm just giving perspective.
Yeah, ghosting's not right. And she asked the question, why do men ghost? And he says, not easy to break up with somebody. It's not. It's hard to break up with somebody. Matter of fact, Jared Freed has a whole comedic bit. If you watch Jared Freed, 37 and Single on Netflix, he talks about How dare you break up with me on the Tuesday after my grandma who passed away 8 years ago? How dare you break up with me when there is Andy's Frozen Custard and we have 2 deals split down? How dare you break up with me? How? Like, it's a joke, but there are times you're like, you dare break up with me before my, mother's birthday on next Wednesday. And you're like, I just don't see us working together. I don't see us, being compatible. Like you said, how dare you tell me we're not compatible? So that's why some guys goes. Is it a good thing? No. As a matter of fact, a good person would be honest and say, hey, this is not going to work for me. I'm going to end this relationship. I wish you the best of luck. I wish you meet the best person out there. This casual dating is not going to work for me. Just let you know. I know we went on 2 dates, 3 dates. I just don't see it going anywhere. Or I'm talking to somebody else. I'm meeting somebody else. I'm going to go with them. Don't want to string you along. Hope you have a good one. And somebody who is secure in themselves will be like, well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I believe every guy should end it. Every guy shouldn't ghost. I don't think ghost is good. Ghost isn't that healthy. Plus, it shows what kind of character you are. I think the right thing you do to somebody, let them know, like, hey, I'm not feeling it, or it doesn't work for me. Or, hey, you're a good person. I want to be, I don't hate the word single because everybody's like, oh, you're going to be single, but wait a minute. It's like, I just don't want to drag you along. I'm not feeling this much. Just be honest. Don't ghost. But I do agree with why, like, some men ghost. And those guys you don't want to talk to. If they're going to ghost you, you do not want to talk to them. They wasn't confident or brave enough to tell you the truth straight to your face. And imagine something getting serious down the line. You ask them a question, they completely lied to you because they was afraid of what reaction would be after you tell the truth. Don't date guys like that. Date somebody who will be up in front and say, hey, I'm not feeling this anymore. I'm going to end this relationship. Hey, I'm not having fun us being in a sexless relationship. Can we try to fix it? If not, I'm going to end this relationship. Like, meet somebody who's going to be upfront and honest with you, who's going to be like, you know what? If I feel like feel like walking out this relationship and feel like I'm going to cheat, I'm going to end it with you. Plain and simple. If I feel like this is not going anywhere, I'm going to end it with you. Plain and simple. I think that's the best thing you can do. And yeah, those guys who ghost, they're cowards. Just be honest. And you don't want to date a coward. So consider yourself, saved from trouble down the line. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next episode. Please remember to like, share, follow, add comments below. And thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me. I love y'all. See y'all in the next episode of Nerdy Dating. And keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating, you want to put it in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email, alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you, and keep being awesome.